Hi, I'm Cady McClain, and you're listening to Beyond the Gates Tea, the podcast.
Welcome to Beyond the Gates Tea, the podcast powered by the NAACP. I'm your host, Cornelius, and as you might have guessed, you're about to hear my conversation with soap opera legend Cady McClain. Known best for her roles as Dixie on All My Children, Rosanna on As the World Turns, and Jennifer Horton on Days of Our Lives, she won a Daytime Emmy for all three of those roles, making history as the first actress to win 3 Emmys on 3 different shows on 3 different networks. That's a mouthful. Those awards were supporting and guest actress for her time on As the World Turns and Days of Our Lives, and her first, way back in 1990, shout out to the 90s babies, Outstanding Ingenue Female, which that went through a couple of name changes, ending on Outstanding Younger Performer before the category was retired after 2023. Cady plays Pamela Curtis on Beyond the Gates. She's Danny Dawlings. She's her manager, her confidant, her business partner. And from my poor attempt at that accent, Pamela has an accent. So in our conversation, I talked to her about the inspiration behind the accent, what she's doing outside of Beyond the Gates, what's her take on the soap opera industry as a whole, and even respectfully, I asked her about working on the same show as her ex-husband, John Lindstrom, always with respect, and I gave her a chance to say, if you don't want to talk about this, you don't. And if John would have been on my podcast, I would have asked him the same thing. So this isn't just me asking a woman about her ex-husband. Anyway, she had some great answers for everything I threw at her. So without further ado, here's my conversation with Miss Cady McClain. You've been on daytime television for a long time. And how does this compare? Because I saw you posted something from Geraldo, I think, you going on the show and people like sending you nasty hate mail. So you were on, All My Children for so many years, a character, a super couple. Now you're on Beyond the Gates, but you've had stuff in between. Just talk to me about daytime television in your life and what it's meant.
Well, thank you so much, first of all, for having me. I'm really thrilled to be here, and I'm excited to talk about daytime TV and what it's meant to me, because it's been really a huge journey and a huge part of my life. When I started with All My Children in 1989, I'd already been acting for 10 years. So it was a great kind of solid gig that for me at the time was either going to be proof that I could be an actor or proof that this was not the career for me. And I worked very hard, and it turned out that, yes, I had a place. I had a place there. And after that, I was on that show, I guess, for 12 years, something like that. And then I felt like I'd done plays, I'd done independent film during that time, but I really wanted to sort of prove myself as an actor in a different way, but in the same mediums. So I went to, as I was invited to come to As the World Turns and play Rosanna. And I did Rosanna from, 2002 to 2005, end of 2005, and then went back to All My Children, then went back to As the World Turns, back and forth for a while, and then Days of Our Lives then Young and the Restless for a year in 2014, and then Days of Our Lives for a period of time during the pandemic. And yes, I did win Emmys for each of those, for 3 of those shows, which I'm very proud of, because anyone who works in daytime will tell you it's very, very hard work. But it's also a lot of fun, and when we get to laugh or we get to do really great scenes, there's like a great joy and camaraderie to it. So I enjoy that.
Yeah, your story saying in 89, you've been acting for 10 years and All My Children was make or break. That is the story for a lot of the Beyond the Gates cast members. I know Violi has a similar story. I feel like a lot of them were like grinding, getting bit parts here and there, and Beyond the Gates is this make or break moment for so many of them. So how does it feel to be on this show and to be a character that everyone likes?
Oh, it's so nice to hear that, because I think at first people are like, what is she doing? Who is she making? Who is this person? But everyone's come around to really enjoy Pamela, and I'm so happy about that. And I think the writers have leaned into it, and the other cast members have leaned into it. I mean, first of all, I'll say, in terms of my story of becoming a member on Beyond the Gates, I got something from my agent, like hey, this is happening, and I'm like, oh, just a minute. I happen to know Michelle Valjean, the creator, and I basically wrote her and said, I will bring you coffee and donuts. I will bring whatever you need, anything, any kind of role that you want, small, large, I don't care. Anything I can do to help you with this show, because I believe in you and I believe in the show, and I think it needs to happen. And if the support I can give can help, great. If not, no worries. I'm really, I found that, like, in the South in particular, where it's shot, a lot of people knew Dixie. And I don't know if that made any difference whatsoever, but if it helped in the smallest way for people to go, Dixie's on this show, then great, because it's an important show. It's the first Black soap opera, that's an hour long in the history of television, and where the focus is on those characters of color. And I feel like I wanted to support that, especially having worked on all these soaps where that was not the case, where they were, kind of put into, like, oh, this is the Black family. And we always knew that was wrong. But when you're an actor, there's really nothing you don't have a lot of, how much do you want to risk your job is basically what you've got, the stand that you end up taking. And the stories are terrible. So Carla has been a dream, and it's been a dream to support her, to be her best friend, and to watch her take center stage and bloom into that part. I don't know if anybody cares about this, but one of the actresses asked me, so did you submit for the Emmys this year? And I was like, no, I'm not going to submit for the Emmys this year. It's about other people. It's about the show and the other actors on the show. I've had a long, long life in daytime, and I'm really happy to step back and, let other people shine and be the support for other people to shine. So that's really been my role. And I'm glad that it's found a little place there, because it's a magical show. There's so much creativity, and there's so much there's so many good people. Like, they're funny and fun, and we laugh a lot, and I think that's just the kind of work that I want to be around.
Well, I think that is so. What's the word? It's honorable for you. I feel like it is the right thing for you to not submit to the Emmys in a way, because you're doing this to support the show, to support a lot of people, again, in their make or break moment. And you are a powerhouse. And I'm sure you could have put a reel together that would have snagged you, a nomination for, I guess, guest performer.
Guest.
Yeah. Right. But I think you don't hear many people say that out loud. No, I did not submit because I want other people to shine.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know, but people think that I even question, like, whether I should even share that, because it feels like, oh, well, now I'm asking for, a praise or approval or something because I have shared that. But I don't know why I shared it. I feel like, because I'm proud that I'm able to do that. I'm proud that I have the values that make me want to do that, and to also feel proud of the people that have been nominated. It's like, also, I think it would be obnoxious. I remember one time sitting next to David Canary, and his so beautiful wife leaned over and said to me, this would be his sixth Emmy, and he really wants this one. And I'm like, six? I have 3 and I feel greedy, I'm like, 6. So, I'm like, 3's good. for, you're pushing it, right? Yeah, unless it was for like leading actors, that would be a whole different story. But that just hasn't been the ride that I've taken.
Yeah. I was in TV news journalism for many years, and in all of our, because they divide them up by regions, the Emmys for us, there were people. It's like you get nominated in the same category as this person, and it's like, hello, where are you going to put this next Emmy? Like, please leave so we all have a chance to, I don't know, get best TV news reporter or best long form piece. But yeah, like, I mean,
right.
Of course, like everyone thinks it's glamorous and it's a lot of fun to get dressed up, but then you're sitting there and having to listen to all these nominations, and then you're waiting for your one or two, and then to have someone who has 6 or 7 of them or more, and several people just wanting another one. It's like, what are you going to do with those whenever you die? Send them back to Natus, actually, because they're the property of the National Association of Television Arts and Sciences. Anyway, I don't think it's braggadocious that you bring that up, and I hope it's an example you're setting for future generations. Like, hey, if you've won 3 or 4 times, maybe just pull back, collect your paycheck, and feel good that you are helping other people.
Well, I think that because daytime in particular is a community, it's a very unique community that's divided up by, talk shows and news shows. And then this strange little dramatic medium that happens to have had this rise and fall and now is rising again. If you've been around the community, I just think it's great to support the community. If you've been in it for a very long time, and to try to, recognize that it's had a long history, and the history of the community, which is so unique and interesting. Somebody once said to me that it's one of the few original American art forms, along with jazz as being an art form. And I was like, well, that's soap operas. How interesting. What a strange and fascinating bit of consideration. So I think what I hope, and then maybe this is just sort of like the pseudo intellectual in me, but what I hope is that the community as a whole sees how great the value is in having a new soap opera that is so successful and that is such high quality, and that has really broken the way that the structure, and reinvented the structure of how these shows are done. It's wild. It's really like kind of a soap opera and kind of a nighttime TV show.
Yeah.
The way we shoot it.
And I was going to say, you can watch it whenever you want. I mean, you have been a part of the rise. You've been along for the rise and fall of soap operas. And I turn on to Hulu or Amazon or whatever they're all on. And to see that, Beyond the Gates oftentimes is the number one streamer for that day on Paramount Plus, where there are numerous options. And this is what people are watching, the number one show for a Monday, and not even like a special Monday. And I see that with other soap operas. So how has it, go ahead.
Oh, that's so great. I love hearing that.
Yeah. So I was going to ask, how has it been seeing this sort of rise and fall? Because it really aligns with like television news and how people used to only have 3 channels to watch in the 80s. And then they started getting satellite, and then people are busy working. Who has time to sit and watch people get married and get divorced and get married again, whenever they're so busy? So how has it been for you seeing this rise and fall and rise of soap operas?
It's thrilling, really. Also, sometimes it's been depressing, because I was a part of a time in the 90s, and when the shows were at their peak, right? The writing was incredible. Agnes Nixon was like, turning the medium on its head with bringing in social issues, and us sort of having the forum to really talk about the emotional side of things like AIDS, or physical abuse in a marriage or child abuse. And to have these kinds of stories that weren't just, marriage and divorce and babies and stuff, but were sort of buffeted into that structure, for me was very meaningful. And it really helped me see how the show itself could make a social impact, which I thought was important, and allow people to talk about things that were difficult to talk about at home. I also loved that the show is played outside the country, which I thought was really important. There was a time in the early 2000s, I got to go to St. Lucia and help create a new radio soap opera for that island, which was thrilling. So much fun to work with the actors there and improv on the structure and talk to them about that. And then I think I think it was around 2009 or 8, things started to decline. I think it was part of the economic aspect of things, but also the rise of different ways. So much media with streaming, rise of streaming and things like that, that people were checking out other options. But the fact that it's endured, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know why I keep thinking of Charles Dickens and Great Expectations, when people would get the story in the newspaper every day, that the serialized storytelling is a great comfort to people. And I think also because the people have not completely gotten rid of their rabbit ear televisions, they still exist, and I love them. To be able to capture some of those shows from the past, it creates a sort of comfort zone when the world is changing so much. With technology, it's just changing so much that here's something that's consistent and solid, that continues stories about families, about love, and then with something occasionally woven in about the challenges of our life. So I was really worried for a while because I thought, I don't know, I mean, the corporations aren't valuing them like they used to. And I just sort of thought, oh, that would be really sad if these all went away. And I have to say that in the 90s, we talked about that. We're like, we knew we were riding the peak of a wave, and we knew that wave would have to dissipate. I'm just grateful that enough people care about it in the network, basically in the networks and the corporations that see it as a valuable product, that enough that they're willing to invest in it.
Invest and give Beyond the Gates 2 more years before it's done with season 2. Yeah, wow. It's amazing. Like, I doubt anyone, whenever, All My Children and As the World Turns and Guiding Light, whenever these shows were all canceling, you never could have said, look into a crystal ball, and in 10, 12 years, there's going to be, oh my goodness, like 15 years actually, there's going to be another soap opera, and CBS, Paramount is going to greenlight 2 more seasons for a soap opera. Like, no one would have ever guessed that, ever.
No.
Yeah.
No. And that's, to a great degree, the brilliance of a few people. Michelle Valjean, who is truly, like, this was her vision, and Sheila Ducksworth and Julie Carruthers. I know there are others, the other head writers and other people, but what Julie has done to create that show in Atlanta is extraordinary. Really having to train people to shoot in the way, the soap opera style, like good camera ops, but they've never shot that way before. It's brand new. And to shoot 100 pages a day when you're used to shooting 10 on a good day.
And retakes and retake, yeah.
Yeah, 1 take and 3 camera go. Like, we rehearse it once, then you shoot it, that's it. Yeah. It's been quite a learning curve for a lot of technical people. And Vinny Steib, who's an old friend as well, he did designed the lighting and the cameras. And he revolutionized it. I mean, it's been really needed for a long time, but the creation of permanent sets with dropped lights, so they give like a filtered look, which is really beautiful, and really high-end cameras. I'm sure you've heard they're the cameras I think they used on Top Gun Maverick. That are just exquisite. Of course, it helps if you're very, very young. You look a little better because those cameras are very high def. They're very, very high def.
They're showing everything. Yeah,
It's too much. That's my only complaint is like, do we need to see this much? Is it that important that it's that clear?
Can you back up just a bit? Just zoom out.
Back up, like let's put a little filter, little Vaseline on the lens.
Yes, the
For grandma.
filter. Yes.
Yeah.
I brought up, your role on All My Children, Dixie. How have you been able? I mean, you're a great actress, obviously, but I saw some of your work with on All My Children, then as Jennifer Horton on Days of Our Lives, and now as Pamela on Beyond the Gates. You really do change you're not the same. You're not just coming in and phoning it in. That's what I'm saying. And so how did you find the, how did you find the inspiration for Pamela? Well, her accent. I've seen so many people say, she has never sounded like that on All My Children and on Days of Our Life. Who is she? What is she? Because I think to your credit, so many people were like, oh, Dixie's going to be on Beyond the Gates. And then we get Danny and everyone's like, who is this? So how did you come up with this character? Did you get a backstory or did you say, I'm going to go for it?
I said, I'm going to go for it. I showed up and I just sort of looked around and I actually thought a lot about Opal and Erica. So I wanted Pamela to be Carla's Opal, or Danny's Opal, right? So Opal was sort of like this fabulous kind of eccentric friend of Erica Kane's. And I thought, oh, that would make sense as to what I would be. And she was older. And I was like, that would make sense in terms of what I know about characters in this sort of world. And then I thought about Absolutely Fabulous and Sex and the City. And I thought, oh, yes, sort of like one of those pretentious women, because I know nothing about modeling. What do I know about modeling? Like nothing. The fashion world. I was like, oh, the fashion world, Cady. Yes, the fashion world. You're going to talk about the fashion world. And, and then there's nothing more.
I see how you got the accent going. Okay.
Right? Fashion, darling, fashion. Yes. And so, that's how Pamela came around, is because she just and then she kind of became a little bit of a cat. And, darling, like, what are you doing? Oh, sweetheart. And she had and then I was like, oh, that's fun. And then it was fun to me, right? And I like making fun of myself a little bit. So there's a part of it that is like, I'm kind of mocking my own bouginess, which I don't know, it makes me laugh. So I hope, just people just enjoy it because it's just meant to be entertaining. And that's really it, with occasional moments of like real, and that was important to me as well, the real friendship between these two women, which real caring, historical, like I've been with you for life because I believe in you. And there is a part of me that really resonates with that because like I teach and I see certain young actors and I think you guys just need someone to help you like this over this period of time and be your friend and believe in you because your talent and commitment and dedication and potential and shine, deserves protection and love and care and guidance. And I was like, oh yeah, that's Pamela to Danny, like over a lifetime kind of protector friend, And I thought, lovely. I love that.
You all do a really good job, and credit to the writers, but also you, truly entrenching us in this world to which it is believable that Pamela was there whenever Danny was 19 years old and protecting her in the modeling world. Like, because we have to use our imagination because we don't have, 20 plus years of actually seeing that. So you all do a fantastic job of creating this
Thank you.
believable world. You
Thank
know,
you.
a lot of people, yeah, you're welcome. A lot of people want to see and supporting characters like you and Beyond the Gates have your own storyline, backstory, but it seems like you are a-okay with, because you live in New York City. It's fine to say that, right? I don't want
Yeah,
people.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm very open about that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you live in New York City. You're just flying down to Atlanta and shooting a day, 2 or 3, and then flying back to New York City. So it feels like your current life, teaching, doing other acting gigs, it would not allow Pamela to have this fully fleshed out, what is she doing whenever Danny's not around storyline. Is that right?
I would love to say that I am in total control of my life and that I have made the decisions about what I will and will not do. And I am sure there are many fabulous people who do that. I am sort of, I think of myself a little bit more of as a elegant hustler. I just do what people, you're going to call me and you want me to come work? Yes, I will be there. That's
I
my
love that.
general thing. I don't love auditioning. So I really like it when people just call and give me the job. And whenever that happens, I'm very happy. I'm happy to go do that job.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you'd be willing if Michelle called you and said, "Hey, we're gonna need you in Atlanta 4 days a week for the next 3 months."
I would figure it out. I would say, yes, ma'am. What time do you need me to be there?
I'm on the first Delta flight to Atlanta and then having to walk in. That is a terrible airport. Like I love Atlanta, but the
Yeah.
air it's just like, and if you because I live in Seattle, and so
Mm.
they park us in the gates. I feel like that are the furthest from the exit. So you're walking like a mile to get there. Anyway, you would come
Yeah.
to Atlanta and you'd make it work. You'd make it work.
I make it work. I have figured out that Atlanta airport. I've gotten, what really helps, just as a side note, the Clear plus TSA
Hmm.
just gets you through that line so fast.
I do TSA pre-check, which works.
Yes.
But then I look at Clear people and I'm like, what did you all do that? And I want to know what backdoor deal that Clear, their CEO, got with the government to be the only company that can do that. Anyway,
Right?
that is more people want to know about this.
Right.
Listening to this on so this will be the podcast, but I'll clip some
cool.
stuff from the interview to use on social media throughout the week.
Great.
Is there anything else I've left out? I feel like so many people are want me to ask about like your time on All My Children, and like, do you ever look back and say like, I didn't know what I was doing, or like, oh my gosh, like we had such magic in a bottle on that show? Like, what are your feelings whenever someone says Dixie? Like they see the street and they say Dixie and they start rattling off how much they loved your character and how much you meant to them.
I mean, it really means a lot to me because I put my heart and soul into that character. And I think, in a way, she was a lot of the best of me. And Michael Knight actually said that to me. He said, these two characters are the best of us. And I thought, what a beautiful way to put that. And I can see how that is, with a little, twist here and there, a little additions of our own little, creativity. But I'm super grateful. I mean, so grateful to have been able to be on that show. I worked with phenomenal people. I got to work in New York City, make a phenomenal living, take care of my family. I learned so much. I was able to see so much and educate myself. Uh-oh, here comes the dog.
Hello.
And when they say, like, I directed this play called Sex on the Beach at the Chain One Act Festival that we just had our last show on Saturday. And a lovely man named Marcus came up to me and said that he loved Dixie, and he came to see the show because of me and being on Beyond the Gates and because of Dixie, and I was just so grateful. Like I just feel like great appreciation for that people even remember that. Like, how many actors get to make a character that people remember, 20, 30 years later? Uh, I mean, it's incredible. So it's wonderful to know that I was a part of a historically important show, and personally important to many people, because we all kind of grew up together, which is also crazy. I didn't get to meet the audience, but I knew they were there. And so much of my work I did for others that were suffering through similar or things that I hadn't had to go through, but they lived through, like a miscarriage, for example. Playing that, knowing that there were people that lived through that is what helped me to do it, because I was doing it for them, to have somebody they could see and say, oh, I'm not alone, in the world with this problem or with this pain. And I think soap operas have really provided that for people. And so to be a part of that, oh my God, is been, I'm so, so grateful and so lucky, and grateful to continue to do what I love to do. Every month I get to do some fun part. There's a book I tell my students about called by Maurice Sendak. And it's called Higgledy Piggledy Pop, or There Must Be More to Life. And the story is of a dog that has everything, and he leaves home and he loses everything. This is the short version. And he's discovered by a pig and a sheep in the woods. And they invite him to come to the World Mother Goose Theater. And he says, well, why? I have nothing. I lost everything. And they said, but you have experience. And that's what we need. And I think that's what I'm really grateful for, is that I have experience now, and I can share that experience with other people, and it makes me feel good, and sometimes it makes them feel good. And that's sort of like the whole point of being an actor for me.
Yeah, make folks feel good. You said a lot, and you mentioned family and like how the soap world is a small community. And if you don't want to talk about this, you don't have to. But you and John Lindstrom were together and then ended up on Beyond the Gates. You're still friends?
Yeah? Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
so you get divorced, whatever, but then you end up on the same soap opera. Because you all haven't shot any scenes together, I don't believe.
Yeah, no, we haven't acted together, but we've been in scenes together. Yeah.
Okay. And so did you like pull him, or did he pull you aside and say, what the hell, Cady? Like, we are in daytime, like, but did you know that he was going to be on the show? Like, whenever you found out John Lindstrom was going to be on the show, did you say, the world's so small?
Actually, I knew that he was going to be on the show. And then we talked about it. I was like, hey, this role's coming up. Do you mind? Is it okay if I, talk my way into this? And he was like, absolutely. So really very supportive of me working, which is great.
Yeah.
And then, we're happy for each other's success in work and in life. I mean, I'm grateful for that I know this person for such a long time. We've known each other for 17 years. We met in 2001, I think, for the first time. So, I mean, it's a long time I've known John. And, I want nothing but his happiness, and success in the things that he loves to do. And so that there's like a deep loving, caring there, but for both of us to each other. So it's a very special friendship.
Hey, you hear that, Beyond the Gates fans? There's no animosity between these two. They are happy for each other being on the show and all of their success, which is such a model. Like, so many people could benefit from wanting the best for a person they once deeply loved and not in a relationship way. And now it's platonic love, and you just want to see them succeed. I love that.
Yeah. It's funny. I mean, it's in a way, a friend of mine was telling me about some Japanese dating show where that's what they do, and that when the person doesn't match with them, they will say, oh well, I guess I'm not a match for you, but I wish you the very best. And I was like, oh, that's so lovely, so lovely. And I think the practice of that allows for an element of grace, to enter life and to enter the room. And I'm a big fan of grace. Because the other, and I've experienced a fair amount of the other too, where people really, hurt each other a lot, is just so heartrending and damaging on, your ability to live. Or to find beauty in life. And I don't want to participate with that, I want to participate with beauty and things that create beauty. Yeah.
Right. Leave all the drama on the soap opera and not because really, life is short. Like, life goes by like that. And one day you're 18 or 19 getting a leading role on All My Children, and the next is 2026 and you are stepping into a supporting role, like doing all these things. Like, I mean, life is just so short, and I can't imagine trying to make someone's life miserable, because you're making your life miserable as well. And since I've shared your relationship stuff, I have a former fiance. I'm now engaged now. And so I get it. Like, you just want the best for people, and you can't live to make someone's life miserable. So I love that you all do that. Yeah.
There's a saying I use, which is to, keep the drama on the stage and on the page.
There you go. And on that note, Cady McClain, is there anything else you'd like to add that I haven't asked, that you want people to know about your time on Beyond the Gates, what you're doing not on Beyond the Gates, or, anything you want to promote or tell people about?
I can say regarding working on Beyond the Gates, I love, love, love working with Carla. She's such a doll. She's such a bright light. And if anybody wonders what she's like in real person, I could tell you that she's like one of the most fun, kind, super smart, hardworking, dedicated women I've had the honor to work with. So she's amazing, and she deserves everything that is coming her way. And I'm so proud to know her. In my own life, I'm continuing to make theater here in New York City. If people want to follow my theater path, I would love that. I just started a Substack, which is crazy because I write and I make collages, and that's lots of fun, kind of going into that world. I'm on all the social media because it's fun. I think it's just a blast. And I have something that I'm shooting in Los Angeles next week, but I can't talk about it yet, I don't think. But that's coming up. Yeah. So
that's okay. We won't talk about that. I will link people to all your social media, your Substack now. I feel like I need to get on Substack because that's where everyone is. But make sure people know that you're on there. And again, I can't thank you enough for hopping on here and talking with me. Just a fan who has an internet connection and enjoys the show.
It's amazing. It's been a great conversation, and I really, really enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thanks again, Cady, for being so open and candid with me. It was an absolute honor. And please go check out all of the social media posts I pulled from that interview over on my Instagram, Beyond the Gates T, and on my YouTube. I think that's Cornelius Hawker, along with my TikTok, Facebook. You can find me everywhere. And if you made it this far into the episode, go to the next one because you're not going to want to miss it. I spoke to Tim and Kyle Jarrett, who's playing Bill, and as we know, he is going through it right now. He's laid up in surgery because Haley, Miss Poison Princess, has been letting him have it. Go check out that conversation, and as always, I love you for listening.